$25 billion to combat Asian carp, $2.5 billion to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
Bottom line, the American dream.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure.
Bottom line, the American dream, the great American dream versus being a socialist hellhole.
If I lose my whole life, what am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
You will file articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden.
I eat extra sharp. I eat extra sharp. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. 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 I eat. I eat. I eat extra sharp. I eat extra sharp. Extra sharp. Extra sharp. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices. Who you're worried about? I'll tell you who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that our workers are seeing a decline in their standard of living. They want to see our industry be rebuilt. That's what they want to see. No more B-2 bombers. No more Star Wars. Let's make the quality products we need. Let's invest in American industry. No, I won't yield. I won't yield.
And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other guy. Give me a look, though.
Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No.
You used the word smart. So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Jeff.
But I think the juxtaposition of that bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the leaking pussy and the bucket, and hands for wet ass pussy and hands and she's got the bucket and the whole thing, hands for wet ass pussy and she's got the bucket and the whole thing. But the woman with the we say but we say but the woman say but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the chute.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
You know, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
Really? How many people do that? You mean they moved out and then they said, "Ah, the hell with it, I'll move back in"? You know, it doesn't sound like a very normal. You mean they moved out and what? They missed it so much that they wanted to move back in? It's great. Well, and then early in the morning they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, black robe, the black robe, the black robe, the black shield out the votes. And they pulled out the vote. Everybody comes in your grandmother, comes in your grandma's, comes in, everybody comes in your grandmother.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave in the worst parts of Europe, produced from the lowest forms of humanity.
Hello, users, and welcome to another classic episode of Above It Motherfrickin' All. I'm here, I'm your host, and I'm here. That's it. I've showed up. So I've got the attendance record going on, at the very least, so that's pretty cool. Hello. So, we are here once again with another episode, an episodic installation, if you will. And, I'm here for it. That's what I'm here for, so. Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic day. If you're not having a fantastic day, that sounds like a personal problem, and I suggest therapy. But, if you are having a fantastic day, welcome, what's going on? So, we got some stuff here. I got news that I'm going to be covering. I'm going to be covering some news. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be covering some news. This is a news show. I just realized that, I forgot to change the number at the top right. My bad. So this is a news show. As a result, I will be covering some news. And, so let's start with the news. Cover Gates got trolled, please. I actually do have an article lined up about Gates and Green that I was going to get into. I'm going to try to delve back into that one. So if that's the one that you're referring to, I'm going to cover it, I guess. But let's start with the recap. So let's start with the recap. Let's get this out of the way. Not to say that I don't, enjoy doing it, but let's get it out of the way. So yesterday was the 89th day of protests in the city of Elizabeth City and the county of Pasquotank County over the police shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. As we are waiting for the protest, I decided to spin. So I started spinning for fun. I got a little dizzy. And I decided to record myself spinning because I thought it would be funny. This is the kind of thing that I do when I wait for the protest to start. As you can see, this is pretty cool. And so I was spinning. And after I was finished spinning, we started to actually get into the protest. That's the wrong video. And so here we go. We decided to get into the protest. And I missed a video, I think. Here it is. All right, so here we go. So we did a couple of different things yesterday. It was actually really interesting. We had a nice diversity of tactics. We did a couple laps around the street, and then we walked down a major road on the sidewalk with the megaphones yelling into the traffic, and it was pretty good. So this is our first lap. We had a couple people here. It's been really hot out lately. I don't know why that is, but the global warming or whatever is going on. So we had a couple people in cars follow us in their air conditioners, and we were, this is me walking backwards with the megaphone trying to get some nice selfie shots. That's me forgetting that the camera was on selfie mode, so I messed that up. But anyway, so we walk onto Road Street, and so we block Road Street, and that was pretty cool. Again, we are basically just holding it down every single day. We are planning for some major demonstrations on Wednesday, July 21st, and Thursday, July 29th. We are going to be planning some bigger demonstrations. But for right now, we're just holding it down. We are making sure that we have a presence every single day. And that's basically the idea. We've been trying to come up with a new diversity of tactics and, try to make things a little bit more unpredictable. So we finished the first lap. That's me screaming into the megaphone. I then took another video of us doing the second lap. So a couple more people showed up as we are finishing the first lap. And then so we cycled in some more people, cycled out some more people. And so we have a couple cars following us, and we did another lap. It was pretty enjoyable. Blocked Road Street once again. And so that's what we did. That's me. That's the past version of me from a different timeline and universe that is currently being displayed via the power of videography on the screen with me at the same time. Here's me walking backwards so that I can get, some good shots here. And so we finished that, and then we had the idea. It's like, okay, well, what if we did another thing? So what we did at the other thing that we did was we decided to go down to Elizabeth Street, which is the major street in Elizabeth City that goes out of Elizabeth City in Pasquotank County over to Camden County. So what we decided to do was walk all the way down there and protest on the sidewalk. So as you can see, I got some good shots of the flag. I had the megaphone in my hand as I'm the loudest motherfucker there, so they gave me the megaphone. And so we were screaming at traffic the whole time. We had a bunch of people come out and support us, say hello at their window. We had a couple middle fingers, classic moments of people driving around the yellow line because they're just so upset for whatever reason. It's really hard to predict why people would decide to break traffic laws when there's, just protesters lawfully protesting. And so, yeah, we did a bunch of different tactics here. Again, I'm really enjoying the different people that show up, and then we have different ideas and we're discussing different things. And that's a lot easier to do with smaller groups. And so what we've been doing here in these smaller protests is we have been trying to change things up a little bit. And I think that we've been doing a good job at doing that. So, huge fan. I thought day 89 went really well. And that's me. As you can see, there's leaves fluttering, and then I'm trying to fix the camera, but that's how that goes. Day 89 of the protest, folks. I want to play the video of me spinning again because that's pretty cool, so I'm going to do that real quick. Is it this one? Yeah, so this is me spinning. It's pretty neat. I might do that more often, and it was pretty fun. So this is the kind of stuff I do to entertain myself while I'm waiting for the protest to start, is I start spinning. But anyway, again, day 89 went really well. And today will be day 90. That will be 3 30-day periods, which is typically representative of a month. But the actual 3-month anniversary, because months are arbitrary, is on Wednesday. And so we'll be going on to that. And very soon, again, if you live in the area or whatever and you want to reach out in an effort to organize coming down for Wednesday or Thursday, the 29th, feel free to let me know, and we will be meeting at the public safety in the same area that we have been meeting, and that's going to be that. We'll see what happens, and I'll keep y'all posted on what's going on. That's kind of the role that I'm playing here, and so yeah, that's it. Again, I just want to reiterate that I'm super proud of everyone here that's protesting, and it's a fantastic group of people, through and through, just absolutely. So I got a Twitter DM. That's an interesting concept. Okay. Hello, Sonam. I didn't even know this happened, Alicia. Where is this? Wow. Man, I totally missed this. That's crazy. But I'll cover it short. Alright. Alright, folks. So, in the news with police brutality, here we have a case that I seemingly had missed, but it seems to be in the positive direction as of this update here. So, a grand jury indicts police officer that shot unarmed gay black man several times. So, this is coming from LGBTQNation.com. Following an investigation, a special grand jury has returned a bill for indictment against Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office Deputy David Turbyfill for a charge of reckless handling of a firearm resulting in serious injury. The charge is a felony that carries a punishment of between 1 to 5 years behind bars upon conviction. Turbyfill was the subject of an investigation after the shooting of Isaiah Brown, also reported as Isaiah, a gay black man outside of his home in response to a 911 call. The special grand jurors charged that David Matthew Turbyfill, on or about April 21st, 2021, did unlawfully and feloniously handle any firearm in a manner so gross, wanton, and culpable as to show a reckless disregard for human life and cause the serious bodily injury of another person, resulting in permanent and significant physical impairment, the indictment said. Again, 5 years in prison? What? For being a cop and trying to kill someone, you get 5 years in jail? What? The fuck? Charges were brought by a special prosecutor, the Commonwealth's attorney of Fredericksburg, La Bravia Jenkins. She is retiring, however, and won't oversee the prosecution. Isaiah Brown and his family are pleased that Spotsylvania County Deputy David Turbyfill has been indicted on a felony charge. David Haynes of Cochran Firm, which is representing the family, said in a statement, the shooting resulted in significant injuries to Mr. Brown, which will undoubtedly impact him for the rest of his life, Haynes added. Haynes said that the family wants Turbyfill immediately terminated by the Spotsylvania County Sheriff. The release of all audio communication between him and 911 dispatch operators, all video from the scene, as well as Turbyfill's employment records and personnel file. He concluded, while this indictment doesn't take Mr. Brown's physical pain away, it does signify a measure of justice. We look forward to the successful prosecution of David Turbyfill. Yeah, so that's pretty fucked up. And again, we need to remind ourselves, again, cops are garbage. They're trash. They're shit on my shoes. And so this is just really fucking horrible. According to the 911 call's audio, Isaiah was complaining that his brother, Tasman Brown, wouldn't let him get his car keys. Isaiah then threatened to kill him and repeatedly asked his brother for the gun. Tasman can be heard refusing. 2 sheriff's deputies arrived and after repeatedly asking Isaiah to drop the gun, the deputy that drove Isaiah home earlier opens fire. The officer then continues to request he drop the gun. I killed a guy, the deputy said after. He reports that Isaiah has several gunshots to the abdomen, 1 gunshot to the left thigh, and 2 gunshots to the side. He then says, I'll pray for you, man. Isaiah did not have a gun when he was shot, and he was not dead. He was subsequently hospitalized for over a month after the shooting. Jesus Christ. Turby Phil remains on the force as of now, although he has since been reassigned. That's the other thing that's shocking. Like, again, like you think you kill someone, and that's the thing. I turned my air conditioner on if you're hearing that noise. They think that they kill someone, they report that they kill someone, and they keep their job. Like, that's what other job where, like, can you, like, call your boss and say, hey, I think I killed someone while working. What do I do? And your boss is like, yo, don't worry, I got you. Like, if I was, like, seriously, like, if I was working at Wendy's and I got, like, a huge pot of, like, super hot cooking oil and then splashed it at someone and then took a spatula and scraped their skin off and then fucking killed them, and then I called the managers like, yo, I just killed someone. It was totally an accident. And the manager would be like, what the fuck? No. And then we call the cops and then I'm in jail for 30 years. But, like, when you're a cop, all of a sudden, like, it's just, oh, yeah, you killed someone? All right, how many? You killed 3, 4, 10? If you kill more than 10 people, I might not be able to, oh, no, you killed 1 person. All right, great, come back. Like, what the fuck is this garbage? You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's absolutely out of control. And again, like, I really just, it's fascinating to me that this is the country that we live in. This is the year that we live in. Like, what the hell? Fuck, shit, fuck. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ludicrous. Hello, España es mi culo. Always support your fight. Your fight is my fight. Thanks. Folks, I have an alert. Dog is being adorable. You seeing that shit? You seeing that shit? That dog. Lord have mercy. Alright, let's get into this. Fire clouds explode more than a mile high in Oregon wildfire, now bigger than New York City. So this is a story I have not been keeping myself informed on, so I'm educating myself as well as y'all at the same time. The intense smoke and heat from an Oregon wildfire is producing fire clouds, also known as pyrocumulus clouds, above the far-ranging fire, creating plumes of smoke and ash that have reached a height of over a mile into the sky. Jesus. Fire clouds can spew ash and embers, sometimes even lightning, to other areas and further increase the range of fire. Like, this is the real world, folks. This ain't Venus. I know it looks like Venus, but, like, chill out a little bit. The fire clouds are stemming from the Bootleg Fire, currently the largest wildfire burning in the United States. Low humidity and high wind gusts continue to complicate containment efforts. Critical fire weather conditions, including gusty southwest winds and low relative humidity, are expected Monday afternoon and early evening. INCIWeb reports adding wind gusts of 30 to 35 miles per hour are possible, along with, the Bootleg Fire ignited from an undetermined cause on July 6th and has continued to spread and grow since the environmental conditions. Due to the environmental conditions, it has burned over 300,000. I forget how to read that number because my brain doesn't work. Or more than 474 square miles, making the fire larger than all of New York City. That's absolutely incredible. Is there, like, images associated with this video? No, there's not. Okay. That's incredible. So there's, I've never seen anything like that before. That's, wow. MIT predicted society would collapse by 2040. Oh shit. Alright, let's check this out. Scientists back in the 1970s at Massachusetts Institute of Technology created a method to determine the fall of society would take place. The method indicated the fall would be some point near the middle of the 21st century, around 2040, and so far the projections have been right. Oh no! Holy shit, I don't know if I want to read this. Holy fuck. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, yeah, so the world's on fire. We're all gonna die. Welcome to being alive, folks. It's gonna be great. Lord have fucking mercy. Read this? It's crazy. What, this story? Want me to actually read the whole thing? Because I can. The Earth, according to LTG, has been terraformed beyond repair by greenhouse gases from fossil fuels, making the next generation to endure the heavy legacy of scarcity of mineral resources the planet characterized. Radioactive heavy metal pollution. Back then, the study was considered controversial and sparked debate, with some pundits misrepresenting the findings and methods. However, the world's population, industrial output, food, and resources will rapidly decline. The 2100s will be comparable to the 1900s, according to Vice. Oh, shit. That's crazy. So in other news, we're all gonna die. And, damn, that's crazy. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. This ought to be fun. I love the headline on this one, so bear with me, folks. Kamala Harris's staff needs therapy. Wow, you don't think. So this is from nationalreview.com. Kamala Harris has had a difficult time in the White House. Oh, she's not in the White House. She's in the Naval Observatory. Joe Biden has a way of offloading particularly difficult assignments onto the former senator, something she herself has admitted may be a problem. Now she is in the news again for all the wrong reasons, this time for the way she's been treating her staff. Early indications were that the vice president was not creating a wholesome environment, and recent reports show the deep dysfunction plaguing the Harris office. I thought we had Vice President Kamala Harris and not Vice President Amy Klobuchar. That's interesting. Last month, Politico reported that Kamala Harris's office was, quote, an abusive environment. Oh, shit. Kamala's throwing some staplers now, too. In 22 interviews with former aides and current staff, according to Politico, the atmosphere of the Biden administration is tense and dour. However, the report surfaced when Harris had come under fire for her treatment of the southern border. Thus, when Politico found that the Harris team is experiencing low morale, porous lines of communication, and diminished trust among aides and senior officials, it could be reasonably waved away as a temporary problem at a stressful time. Yet a new article from Business Insider makes that belief more unlikely. After the Politico story dropped, apparently a web of Harris staff alumni shared the story among themselves, empathizing with the problem described. As Insider reported, the Politico story went around like a wildfire, a former Harris staffer said. So many people recognized themselves in it, or recognized treatment they may have seen or treatment they may have heard about or dismissed. The former staffer forwarded the Politico story to their therapist with a note reviewed by Insider that read, "Rarely in life are we publicly vindicated." The staffer told Insider they sought therapy to resolve trauma from on-the-job abuse when they found out Harris was going to be Lord have mercy! What the hell is going on here? Like, this is absolutely incredible. Let's keep reading. The new report is troubling on a number of accounts. Everyone, even conservatives, should want the Biden-Harris administration to work smoothly. Even conservatives? Come on now. Well, this is 2021, not fucking 1987 or some shit. The United States is a perennial target for foreign adversaries and domestic problems. Like, what? Who cares? Political cultures are not a frivolous matter. Toxic cultures drive out skilled employees who can find rewarding work elsewhere. Furthermore, if young professionals think Washington, D.C. is an unhealthy place to work, good, decent people will choose to pursue other careers. Over time, this breeds distrust at every level of government, which makes our political regime weaker. Okay, who cares? Is there any more details? Joe Biden ran ostensibly to restore America's soul. Yep, that's true. Anyway, news is that Kamala Harris sucks. She's an abuser. Who would have thought that? Again, I would like to remind everyone, 40% of police beat their spouses. 40%. That's 2 in 5, folks. Kamala Harris is a cop. We know which 2 in 5 she is a member of. She's beating the shit out of her entire fucking staff, man. That's some crazy shit. But, I mean, if you're going to work for a cop, I mean, you got to expect this shit. I'm sorry, but that's hilarious. I mean, that's really funny. And, you know, she should be fired. I mean, she's garbage. I think Joe Biden should be fired. But, you know, I don't want to go too far down that road. But that's a really funny story. Lord. Employ some of the K-Hive nutters. Are they still around? It's crazy. You ready for this shit? This is from Raw Story. Trump supporters think he's the Antichrist. Mike Pence shunned and erased from MAGA movement. Now, again, imagine you dedicate your entire late political career to one man, the Orange Man, and then he tries to destroy the very government you've been serving for your entire life. And in a moment of cowardice and loserness, you decide not to go with him, and then you destroy all of the work that you've made over the last 6 years. Mike Pence could have been president one day. He could have been dictator one day, but he chose not to be, and now he's being mocked and ridiculed by the people that he's been placating for the last 6 years. And boy howdy, am I here for it. So let's read. This is from Raw Story. Mike Pence's presidential ambitions appear dead on arrival. Republicans generally like the former vice president well enough, but Donald Trump's base of voters despise Pence for refusing to overturn what they still believe was a stolen election. Again, Joe Biden is the legitimate winner of the 2020 election. Donald Trump is a loser. He will always be a loser. He is nothing but a loser, and he is a failure on all fronts. And I wish he were convicted, but that wasn't in the cards, unfortunately. I don't imagine he'd have a whole lot of support, said Raymond Hare, a GOP vice chair in Scott County, Iowa. Who the fuck cares about Scott County, Iowa? There are some Trump supporters who think he's the Antichrist. Hare admits the fury against Pence is kind of nutty, but he and other Republicans don't see him as a viable continuation of the Trump political brand. Who? Said Republican operative Doug Gross when asked about Pence. It's just, where would you place him? With Trumpsters, he didn't perform when they really wanted him to perform, so he's DQ'd there. Then when you go to the evangelicals, they have had plenty of other choices. Again, Mike Pence sold his soul. His whole role in the 2016 election was to get evangelicals on Trump's side. And now even the evangelicals are tossing him to the wind. He has literally destroyed himself politically, and I love it. It's fantastic. White evangelicals who had been Pence's core supporters are more likely than any other religious group to believe in the November I can't. And the former vice president is hoping to hang on to their support despite some of those same Trump backers threatening to hang him during the January 6th insurrection. MAGA is maniacally focused on 3 November, and they understand Pence has betrayed them, said former White House strategist Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon said 3 November? Really? That's the kind of thing he says? He is being shunned and erased from the MAGA movement, and it hasn't even started. That's amazing. Bannon claims the Arizona election audit being conducted by right-wing conspiracists will kill off whatever chances Pence has to run for president. Mike Pence's political career is over, he said. It's done. Again, that's hilarious. I mean, that's really fucking funny. And, again, in the words of our former president, if you're going to attach yourself to an orange man, I mean, let's be honest.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Just saying, folks. Just saying. Lord, have motherfucking mercy. Alright, folks, you ready for this shit? You ready for this shit, folks? I don't know if you're ready for this. I'm just gonna be honest. You know what? I don't think y'all are ready. I need proof that y'all are ready. Someone post in the chat, hey, I'm ready, I'm ready. Because right now, I see a group of viewers who aren't ready for this story. Y'all motherfuckers may think you're ready, but you're not ready. So let's check it out. Gates and Green protest after third venue cancels event. Let's check this out, folks. Republican reps Matt Gaetz, FLA, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, GA, held a protest on Saturday after a third California venue canceled plans to host one of their America First rallies. The conservative duo convened a free speech peaceful protest outside Riverside City Hall, where a crowd of more than 100 people gathered while holding Green and Gates signs, according to the Press Enterprise. We won't back down! This is going to be, I'm telling you this right now. This is a 2024. What they're doing is a 2024 thing. One of them is going to be president. One of them is going to be vice president. That's what they're aiming for. That like, you know, like, this is the whole role that they're playing. This is, I'm just telling y'all right now. I don't know if Gates is even going to be out of prison, you know, but like, we'll see how this goes. We won't back down, Green told supporters on Saturday. And here's what we're going to do, America. You've got 2 members of Congress right here, and we refuse to be canceled because we won't let you be canceled, she added, according to the Press Enterprise. What does that mean? What is that? I don't know. Does anyone know what that? They may try to cancel us online. They may try to pursue us in real life. They may try to shut down our venues. But we will take this fight to them, and the courts, in the halls of Congress, and if necessary, in the streets, he said to the crowd. Do you know why they're so afraid of Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene? Because we fight for you, and not them. That's incredible. The Florida lawmaker added, the demonstration came after 3 California venues that were slated to hold America First rallies canceled their plans amid concerns over safety and the divisiveness of the lawmakers. The most recent cancellation came on Saturday when the city of Anaheim announced that a venue had canceled the event less than 10 hours before it. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. They're getting ready. They're probably boarding the plane. They get a phone call. Right? They click on airplane. They get a phone call, right? Imagine this. And they go like, fuck, I'm on the plane. So they click on airplane mode, right? Just kidding. Matt Gaetz doesn't use airplane mode. So they're taking off. Matt Gaetz picks up the phone, right? The fucking plane it's going in the air. The fucking wheels are getting sucked inside of the plane or whatever. And then on the phone, it's, so, I have regretful news, you've been canceled. And then, like, but they can't get off the plane, they're already in the sky. And Matt Gaetz is like, stop it, stop the plane. And then they go throughout the whole Final Destination thing, and then he wakes up, and then he's still on the, anyway. We as a city shared our public safety concerns with the operator, and operator shares the concerns, Anaheim spokesman Mike Leister said, according to the Orange County Register. Green and Gaetz, 2 of the most outspoken members of the House Republican Conference, have both made headlines in recent months for their own separate controversies. Gaetz is under investigation for possibly violating federal sex trafficking laws, allegations he has repeatedly denied. Law trusts his denial, of course. Green was stripped of her committee assignments in February after endorsing conspiracy theories, racist dogma, and violence against Democratic politicians. Again, this shit is hilarious. Like, I don't know what else you need, but like, y'all, can y'all please start keeping me more in the loop when it comes to Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene? Because I feel like I'm missing some... Maxie's making dog noises in his sleep. But I feel like I'm really missing out on some crucial cringe here. And so we're gonna... So this is a video. This video exists. Let's watch.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited! I mean, everyone thinks you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy. People think you're a pedophile. I don't think you're a pedophile at all. I don't think he's a pedophile at all. The charges against him are totally false. They're totally false. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I gotta watch this again.
totally false. They're totally false. Oh my God. Oh, no.
I love, like, Marjorie. Okay, so here's what it is. So they both have the thumbs up. Matt Gaetz realizes what's happening, but Marjorie, she's still in it. She's still in the fantasy. So look at this. Look at him realize what's happening, but, like, meanwhile, she is just not in any capacity. Just keep looking.
You're crazy. People think you're a pedophile. I don't think you're a pedophile at all.
She's still in it.
I don't think he's a pedophile.
She's still in it.
The
Wait for it.
charges against him are
She's
totally
still up,
false.
and then she realizes. Then the security's coming, and she's like, "All right, time to bail." That's amazing. That's amazing content. I don't know why Matt Gaetz is so upset when people say he's not a pedophile. That's very interesting behavior from a sitting congressperson. So I'm just throwing that out there. That's some very interesting stuff. A very, very, very bizarre scoop. And, you know, I am very excited to see where this saga goes, because Lord have motherfucking mercy. Lord have motherfucking mercy, folks. Alright. How are y'all doing today? Oh no. Folks, we have a stunning update. John McAfee was broke at the time of his death after spending millions on a string of luxury villas and bizarre properties, biographer says. So, folks, I want to remind everyone my opinion on John McAfee. I don't think he's dead. I think he is secretly in an underwater sea dome made of tinfoil. And I think he's living out his best life while watching my videos about him. So that's all I'm saying. So let's read. This is from Business Insider. Antivirus software company founder John McAfee was reportedly broke when he died last month after blowing millions on luxury mansions located around the world, according to a report by the Daily Mail. The British-American tycoon died by apparent suicide in a Spanish prison on June 23rd, while awaiting extradition to the United States. Mark Eglinton, a biographer who worked with McAfee on a book about his life, told the Mail that the tech mogul reportedly spent millions on luxury compounds in places including Belize, Colorado, Hawaii, Tennessee, and Texas. Eglinton told the Mail that McAfee was unable to pay what he had requested in advance for the collaboration. The writer did not disclose how much money he had asked for, although the Mail reported it was, quote, not a large amount. I don't doubt that if he could have helped, he would have. Eglinton, what a weird name, I'm sorry. According to the Mail, he said, I can't do it. My financial situation is worse than yours. This is some crazy stuff. The author, who said he spoke to the tech mogul for countless hours about his finances, claimed McAfee had an obsession with buying and building houses. IRL Minecraft. In fact, when this stream is over, I'm going to go play some Minecraft, let me tell you. He had his money in very safe investments, but he built houses. Absolutely bizarre properties, Eglinton said. According to the Mail, some of them, he never slept a night in the property. McAfee was reportedly hammered by the 2008 real estate crisis, which caused him to sell many of his properties at a loss. Oof, and then it went back up. Yikes, big fail. One compound he had bought in Woodland Park, Calo, which was valued at more than $25 million, sold at an auction for only $5.72 million in 2007. Yikes. Eglinton also said that McAfee reportedly told him at the $100 million he got from selling a software security company, McAfee Associates, in 1994, goes very quickly, the Mail reported. McAfee had a history of financial and legal troubles. In October last year, he was arrested at the Barcelona airport on a warrant issued by prosecutors in Tennessee for allegedly evading more than $4 million in taxes. The U.S. Department of Justice previously also charged McAfee twice, once with evading taxes from 2014 to 2018, and again for fraudulent promotion of investments of cryptocurrencies. McAfee was also accused of failing to disclose money he made from cryptocurrency and speaking fees, as well as selling the rights to his life story for a documentary. Eglinton is publishing his book No Domain, the John McAfee tapes, in December as the Yo, I gotta read that. Yo, I'm gonna do a stream where I read that entire book live on stream. How do y'all feel about that? Is that like, I don't know if y'all like appreciate my obsession with John McAfee, but I think he is one of the most hilarious and interesting motherfuckers ever. Right? Like, I remember during the 2020 Libertarian primaries, he was fucking doing primary debates from a boat in like the Bahamas. I'm talking about how he like, his shit's amazing, man. This guy is so fucking funny. So I'm definitely gonna get that book, absolutely. But again, no good, folks. No good. Again, I'm going to be reading that book, and then he will come into the chat from his underwater tinfoil created sea dome, and then give us some real scoops, because, you know, who knows what this Eglinton's got to say. He could be lying for clout. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Have you listened to the Behind the Bastards episodes on John McAfee? No, I have not. Are they good? So good, apparently. Alright, folks. I got one more story for ya. He's a complete psychopath. Oh, absolutely. No disputing there. No dispute there, no less. Alright, folks. Breaking ass, motherfucking ass. Let's check this out. Yale study. Magic mushrooms may grow connections between brain cells. Check this out. This is some pretty cool stuff. Researchers have observed increased growth in dendritic spines in mice. Researchers at Yale have discovered that psilocybin, the magic in magic mushrooms, can increase connections between nerve cells in the brains of mice. The compound does so by goosing the growth of dendritic spines, which stick out from the dendrites, or spiky parts, of nerve cells. Dendritic spines aid neurons in passing information back and forth, and are thought to play a role in learning and memory. And the team found that psilocybin increases both their density and their size. We not only saw a 10% increase in the number of neuronal connections, but also they were on average about 10% larger. So the connections were stronger as well. Alex Kwan, an associate professor of psychiatry and neuroscience at Yale, said in a release. Making connections. According to the researchers, chronic stress and depression can reduce the number of dendritic spines and weaken neuronal connections. There are hints that the use of psychedelics can produce neural adaptations, the researchers wrote in their Neuron paper, although the extent and timescale of the impact in a mammalian brain is unknown. Yo, this is epic. Those hints come from drugs like ketamine, which has been successfully used to treat depression, possibly through restoring lost neural connections. Animal data very clearly suggests that synapses that were lost are restored rather than the creation of random new synapses. Has been used in indigenous rites and ceremonies to invoke mystical experiences, and it is increasingly being studied as a potential treatment for depression. While the necessity of these trips to psychedelics' therapeutic effects are currently up for debate, I'm just going to say, there is no debate here. I'm just going to be honest, there is no debate. Like, again, I just want to use my own experience here. I got a lot of mental health problems. Ever since I started doing mushrooms, I've been up. I don't know how to tell you that. Now, could it be a coincidence? Maybe. It's very possible that it's a coincidence that mushrooms cured my depression. But, you know, I'm not out there advocating for using them. I'm just telling you what my experience is. So I'm just saying. While the necessity of these trips to psychedelics therapeutic efforts are currently up for debate, Kwan believes that the psychological impact of the trip could potentially be what prompts the growth of the dendritic spines. So I had a mushroom trip the other day that was pretty incredible. And I was reliving random parts of my life, like, throughout various time periods, and it was great. I got a lot better memory of random moments of my life that are just now in my brain again. Random memories I didn't have access to for years and years and years are just, they're there again. It was pretty incredible. And so again, I'm just throwing that out there. I think this stuff is really cool. And, I mean, again, you know, I just want to go back. You're telling me the government is going to say you can't eat a plant or a fungus? Sorry, that plant is too weird. Can't eat it. Sorry, that fungus is too weird. Can't eat... What? It comes out of the ground, motherfucker. Am I allowed to eat dirt? Am I allowed to eat grass? Is a cop going to pull up in front of my house if I'm outside fucking grazing like a cow in my front lawn? Sorry, can't eat that grass. It's against the law. What? What the fuck are drug laws, man? Again, this shit's amazing. And I'm loving all these new research studies coming out that are basically proving what we've all been thinking. Mushrooms are cool as hell. I don't know what else to say. And again, I'm not advocating for drug use. I'm just saying I've used it. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. So I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah, there's a reason this shit's illegal, and it's not because it's bad for you. Let me just tell you, it's not because it's bad for you. But anyway, folks, that will be the show for today. I apologize for the stream buffering. If you wanna, like, obviously, like the recorded video version of the segment that I just did will be posted in its entirety. So there's really nothing else I can do besides that. Whenever the video buffers for the live stream, I just continue on like normal. And then if you are very interested and want to see the missing part of the segment, just go watch the video version when that comes out later today. Drink some water. Of Riot Punch. No, it's just water. But anyway, folks, again, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be trying to get back into doing a lot more random stories that aren't just protest related, that aren't just police brutality related, I'm going to try to get back into talking about like what's going on in the national politics. I know that there's some infrastructure package being whatever. I'm going to try to catch myself up on that to the best of my ability. But again, I appreciate everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be making some more announcements and changes to the podcast structure again pretty soon. Another thing is I've been doing some Mega Man X2 speedruns. You might have seen those uploaded onto the channel, you know, and so that's something that I've been doing. Whenever I've got some free time, I've been playing some Mega Man X2. Check this out. I'm going to get some B-roll of me playing the game. So here's some Mega Man X2 gameplay. And so this is, you know, a classic speedrun for me. I'm trying to beat my personal best. I'm going to just try to play more Mega Man games and stuff because they're really fun to speedrun. So, you know, expect some more of these on the channel. And I also want to say that I'm not going to upload runs that are necessarily better. I'm just uploading every completed run that I do up until I beat my personal best time, which is 39 minutes and 20 seconds. And so we're going to get there pretty soon. And once I do beat my personal best time in X2, I'll probably play like X1 or something. It's Michael Brooks' anniversary MR today. Okay. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was around this time where he died last year, if I'm correct. Let me look that up. July 20th. Okay, so tomorrow. Interesting. Goddamn. X2 is really great for speedrunning. I agree. Sunday Run Day when? Probably not for a while. Anyway, if you want to go watch any of these runs, they're on my channel. Check this out. I actually got like a good Sigma Shoryuken. This is like the hardest part of the game for me is this fight right here. But I somehow I nailed it. I nailed it in this run, and I'm gonna have to practice that shit. But I nailed that shit. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah. I'll send my kids to your gaming streams. They tell me I'm hopeless. What? Well, I mean, you are hopeless, but for other reasons, of course. But anyway, folks, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, I will see you all very soon. And spread the word. If anyone wants to give me money, that would be cool too. I'll post some links, you know. Money is nice. It makes me feel better as a person. It allows me to buy food, which is also super valuable and important. And if you don't want to give me money, that's also fine. But thank you for giving me money if you do. And that's it. That's all I got. Like, the stream is over. If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, please field them to my secretary, also known as my Twitter DMs. So thank you, thank you.
Eat extra shops. Yeah. I eat extra shop.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear word. A kid coming.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get this sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
No good. No good. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave in the worst parts of Europe, produced from the lowest forms of humanity. I hate the white man.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. No good, really bad for you. No good, no good, really bad for you. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your every comes in your comes in your comes in your comes in comes in comes in every comes in comes in comes in comes in your grandmother. They're coming all over the place.